Welcome to my master bedroom makeover tour. I am so excited to finally share this with you guys. This has been the longest project that we've been working on in the house. You will have seen our guest bedroom makeover, the jungle room, our kitchen makeover and our living room makeover. But this is the one I'm the most excited for because Ben and I really wanted like a really nice retreat to come home to, and obviously because this year has been so crazy, we really wanted somewhere that felt like a little piece of peace and tranquility amongst all the chaos in the world at the moment. And we just really wanted it to have like a spa-like hotel vibe to it. So I'm really thrilled with the way this room has come out. I'm so pleased with it. But before I get stuck into the makeover, I wanted to show you how we got to this point because it's been a long old journey. Okay, today work starts on the master bedroom. So I'm putting my hair up. We've got a lot to do in this room today. The weather in England has turned, which I'm slightly grateful for actually, because it's been blazing sunshine and we've had absolutely zero desire to spend time in the house. So now weather has changed. It is finally time to get going with this room. And this room on first glance isn't too bad, but when you start really looking, a lot of work needs doing. So if I show you, is that all right? Good ponytail? So, sorry if it's quite loud, we've got the windows open and obviously there's a road just there. This is the room. I'm standing with my back to the far wall. That wall there is the adjoining wall to our neighbours, so we are a semi-detached property. So that wall there joins onto the neighbours. We have two windows here. It's carpeted. As you can see, the skirting is very old and it's gone a really disgusting cream colour, as has the door. Everything just looks a little bit tired. We have, as we did in the jungle room, if you haven't watched that video, I will link that up on top of the screen now. We have more problem in here as well, which I think we've solved. I think it just requires basically all the in properties like this, I'll flip you around. In properties like this, 70s build, and in the UK you have a thing called like a, Ben, is it called a breathing block? You can't hear me. I think it is, I think it's like a breathing block basically. I think that's what you call it, but essentially what it is a block with holes in it that vents the room, or an air vent or whatever. So yeah, that basically vents out the room and stops it from becoming mouldy, because essentially what UK houses are is they are brick blocks. So I know all over the world houses are built very differently. In the UK they're very solid and they're very brick and they're very sealed, so no air can get in or out, which is great if you want a lovely warm house, not so good if you have problems with mold and things like that. So this room does have a problem with mold. We are hoping to sort that with some mold killer, and I think it just means that we just have to have the windows open a lot, which we quite like to do anyway, because actually, to be honest, in summer our windows are open 100% of the time basically. So yeah, it just means we have to deal with that, which is fine. We have these curtains, which I have never understood cropped curtains. I feel like it makes a room look very small, but I think I'm going to list these on Facebook Marketplace today along with the carpet, because I don't think the carpet is in bad condition. Look at this, Pepe's avocado, I don't know where this came from. There's some clothes and stuff in here, but yeah, I don't think the carpet is in bad condition. So I'm going to give it a hoover, roll it up and list it on Facebook Marketplace once everything is out the room. I'm going to list the curtains on Facebook Marketplace as well. And I think I'm just going to list them for free because I just want to be rid of them basically. We've got skirting board here, and we also have some little bits to do some paneling. So the plan is that we're going to have wardrobes along here and along here. And I think we're just going to do very standard IKEA Pax wardrobes for that. And then on this side, this will be where the bed goes, which we've changed around because originally I thought it would be behind me. But I think we've decided we want the bed over here because eventually, if we can, would quite like to get planning permission to go through this wall and build out a little bit of an extension and put an ensuite there, because that there is the only bathroom we have in the house and it's fairly small. So I want to do paneling along this wall, some beautiful paneling along here, a little bit here, and then along this wall as well. These, because I'm going to have wardrobes here, won't need it, but I think I might do a little bit under the window as well. The whole thing is going to get a fresh lick of paint. We're going to go white again. We do have floorboards under the carpet, so carpet's going to ripped up, and floorboards, same as we did in the jungle room, are going to be painted white, and we're going to have a very fresh white room in here. I know people on my previous video said, why don't you sand the floorboards down and have them as a neutral wood colour. The problem is that they are in very bad condition. There are holes in some of them, there's like scuffs and scrapes all over, and they just don't look great, and they wouldn't look great if they were sanded and varnished. So painting will smooth over the problem and make it look a lot more formal is not the word. What's the word I'm trying to say? Like just a bit more pristine and clean and a bit more perfect. But yeah, there's quite a bit to do in here. I have to pull out all the nails in the walls as well and fill those holes. But I'm excited to get going with this room because we've been talking about it since we moved in, and that was 6 months ago. So let's go.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes.
Right, carpet is ripped up, as you can see. Ben is just doing the last bit. I've listed it for free on Facebook Marketplace, so hopefully someone wants it somewhere. I'm now pulling up all these staples that were in the floor that held the carpet down, which is very annoying and is going to be very time consuming. But the good news is we have beautiful floorboards, and actually these aren't, obviously there are a few patches, but these aren't too bad. So we're currently deciding whether or not to keep them like this and sand them, or paint them white, which was my original idea. God, can you hear the static in that? So bad, isn't it?
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Okay, just had first injury. I was scraping off some of the paintwork off the plaster and punched the wall. So that was clever of me. So it's not really bad, but it's a nice little dent. So I'm just gonna cover that up with the plaster. Ben is hard at work pulling all the nails out the wall, because if we don't do that, then we won't be able to put the new skirting board on the wall. So he's hard at work doing that, and I'm just trying to prep. I've been pulling the there you go, little plaster. I've been pulling the board that the curtains were hanging on off the wall, so up there, as you can see. I've got this one to go, and they are literally, like everything else in this room, bolted onto the wall. So these are the nails that Ben has been pulling out the wall, because otherwise we're not going to be able to get the skirting board flush with the wall. And we also need to sand off like all this paint around the edges, so I think I'm going to go and try and scrape that all now. As I said, still got that to come off, still got the rest of the nails to come out. This was a bit tricky because this is the sewage pipe, and the skirting board went under and behind it, so we had to pull that out a bit, get the skirting board out. We've managed it. This is the old skirting board. You can tell it's like, yeah, not great. How you doing?
Fine.
Tired?
Very tired.
Yeah.
A lot of strength for not much reward.
I know, but it'll save us so much time when we come to do the rest of it.
Been from cliffs so high,
And the panelling is
trusting
starting
our wings to fly.
shape.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Hang
we're
on.
crashing
Amazing, well
down,
done.
but we get
Well
up
done.
and start
We've
from
also
the
roped in
ground.
help from Mummy.
I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
Bed has arrived, so I'm going to attempt to assemble it now.
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
So, with this room, it kind of didn't all come together until we got the furnishings in and I really started to see it come to life. I knew I wanted some sort of panelling. Obviously we did panelling in the guest room as well, but I wanted something a little bit more grand. This is a 1970s semi-detached townhouse, and we really wanted it to have that spa-like feel and a little bit of grandness to it. So we went with this classic kind of French style panelling, and I'm really pleased with it. It wasn't without its troubles. It was quite difficult to get right, but I'm so pleased with the way it turned out. With the French bedside tables, I really think they lift the room. I wasn't sure about them at first. It does feel a little bit classic in here sometimes. Obviously with the ornate artwork and the gold bedside lamps and a lot of the brass in here. But I wanted to keep the colours fairly muted. I wanted to keep it all nice and bright and white because this side of the house doesn't get a lot of light, so I really wanted it to feel light and airy. So we literally went with an all white colour palette, but with that I wanted different textures in the room. So we decided to rip out the old carpet and paint the floorboards. I'm so pleased with the way these turned out. We went with a gloss finish on these rather than the matte finish that we used in the guest bedroom. And actually I prefer this, so I think we're going to go back into the guest bedroom at some point and repaint the floors the same as this. We went with our classic standard white on the walls. It's literally the cheapest option. I think it's a Leyland paint from B&Q. It's the cheapest one they do, and we found, I know people always say there's so many different tones of white, but this one, honestly, it feels warm. It doesn't feel too pinky. It doesn't feel too green. It doesn't feel too blue. It's got the right amount of like cream in it. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. We decided to go with a high skirting board, the same as we did in the guest room. I really feel like a high skirting board gives an air of elegance to a room and makes it feel a little bit more grand. So that's what we did, and it looks beautiful with the paneling. The paneling and the skirting board match really, really well. We didn't actually touch the ceiling. So the ceiling is what I think you would call like a popcorn ceiling, and it is textured, but we haven't had anyone in yet to check for asbestos, so that will be a job to do down the line. And I know it's crazy that we've done the room and not refinished the ceiling, but I'm not that bothered about it right now, so it can stay for a little while longer. In terms of the bed, I actually asked you guys on Instagram what you thought we should go for, and the majority of the votes said this bed, so this is what we went for. I'm really pleased with it. It's like a rattan style French kind of bed. I know it feels very French in here and antique, but I really like that style, and because this is a 1970s build, it has absolutely no character whatsoever, so we can add as much character as we want, which is quite fun. But we decided to go for brass finishings. I really like a brass finish anyway, and we found these stunning lamps at my parents' house and completely repurposed them. So they were filthy, they were covered in stains, but we just used Vanish, rubbed in the Vanish and washed it off with water and really gave them a good clean, and that brought up the lampshades completely and transformed them. And then we had to refuse the plugs, put new bulbs in, and give the brass a little bit of a polish and screw in the base a little bit. But I think they've turned out so wonderfully. I'm so pleased with them, and they get so many comments from people, which is great. Then we decided to go for these beautiful big brass knob style things to hold back the curtains. And they are such a simple finish, but I think look so effective. And these are literally just something cheap from Amazon. They really were so inexpensive, but look so lovely. And honestly, I'm so happy with them. They match perfectly with the handles on the wardrobes, and we just decided to go with a PAX system of wardrobes. The bag shelves, I'm not totally sold on. I don't know whether I love them where they are. We've been trying to figure out whether or not we want to keep them there or move them into the box room and then put a little table there with another lamp on it, but we haven't quite decided yet. I kind of feel like they look a little messy as you come into the room, but I'll let you guys tell me what you think, whether or not we should move them or not. In terms of furniture in the room, I knew I wanted to keep it really simple, so all we have is the bedside tables and the bed, and then obviously the wardrobes, but the wardrobes almost look fitted. That's the great thing about a packed system. And then we went with these classic shaker style doors, which I love. I think they really match the paneling well and just add a bit of a modern touch to it. They're not a classic panel, so I think they work really nicely in this room. Obviously we went for the mirrors in the center because we wanted a little bit of symmetry, because we have the odd shaped door at the end. We went for, I think we managed to do an 100 wardrobe, a 50 wardrobe, and a 75 wardrobe. And the 75 obviously has a weird door, so we decided to do a mirror on that. We just went for a clean, plain, mirrored wall, and actually it works really well. It adds loads of symmetry, it brightens up the room as well. I'm such a fan of mirrors in rooms because they just really reflect the light and change up a whole dynamic of a room, which I love. And it means I can do outfits of the day in the mirror, and yeah, it's perfect. Really happy with them. We got really lucky with the windows in this room. We actually have 2 windows, and it adds this beautiful air of symmetry to a room. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm a sucker for symmetry. I really love it. So yeah, I'm so pleased with the 2 windows, and then we went for a long drape style. I haven't cut them off at the ends because I actually quite like the way that they just hang really low and drop to the floor. I think it just feels a little bit unfinished but also luxurious. And again, those are just from IKEA. We went for a really light finish. I think it's like a really light linen, and I'm really happy with them. I don't mind the light at night, so yeah, I really love how the light fills the room in the morning as well, so you can wake up with the sunlight. No room is complete without a signature scent, and we decided to go with Jo Malone Pomegranate Noir for the bedroom. So we have 2 candles on either side that we burn, and we both made a pact that we won't keep anything on our bedside tables. We'll keep them nice and clean, so they literally just have the lamp and the candle and sometimes a little posy of flowers. We've got some pink roses on there at the moment because we moved in to this room not that long ago, just a few days ago, and I really wanted to keep it nice and fresh and pretty. In terms of artwork in the room, we have two pieces. We have an R. Rossini vase of flowers, which is an oil painting, and that came from my parents' house again. So I really like to use vintage or recycled furniture and artwork. So that artwork came from my parents' house. I think R. Rossini is a fairly common artist, so I think you can pick up prints for maybe like £100 or something. And so from my parents we actually did quite well. We managed to get the bedside tables, the lamps and the artwork, and I also have a bench that is going to come into this room at some point. I just need to re-upholster it, so stay tuned for a little DIY re-upholster. But yeah, so we have the R. Rossini print, which I love, and we also have this piece behind me on above the bed, and this is a piece that I created. So this is a new thing for me. I just really like colour, and it's an oil painting that I've done myself. I will be selling them at some point. I have a few already in the pipeline, but yeah, I just need to figure that all out. But I just wanted a little bit of colour in the room, and the pink with the pink lampshades goes really nicely. I know I'll probably get a few questions about how pink it is in here, but Ben really doesn't mind. So Ben, my husband, loves pink as well. So yeah, he really doesn't mind, and he actually loves it. And I feel like it feels quite grown up. It's not like it's overly pink. I haven't painted the walls pink and got a pink bed and pink duvet or whatever. It's very subtle, and it's just a couple of pops of pink. So yeah, I feel like I can get away with it. Any master bedroom needs a bed, obviously. As I said before, you guys helped me choose this bed, and we're really pleased with it. It feels really stable, and it was such a bargain price. A few people said to me that they have this bed when we decided to buy it, and said it was an amazing buy, so I'm really pleased we got it. In terms of mattress, we went for an Emma mattress, and I think they're the #1 in the UK for mattresses. So yeah, we decided on an Emma mattress, which we love. They very kindly gifted it to us just for full clarity. And then in terms of bedding, we literally got it from IKEA. So quite a few things from this room we got from IKEA, and honestly, they're so good. This is a down duvet, and I really like sleeping with down duvets and pillows. I feel like they feel so much cooler than any other material that you can get. And obviously they are natural. I don't know whether IKEA gets the down in a sustainable, animal-friendly way, but really nothing compares. I've always slept with a down duvet and pillows, and that's the way I get the best night's sleep. So we went for a down duvet, and I think we got the thickest tog you can get, and same with the pillows. I will link everything down below, so if you have any questions on any pieces, it'll be linked there, and if it's not, drop me a comment and I'll make sure I give you a link. But yeah, so we went with the down duvet, and we went with down pillows as well. I'm actually going to be changing up the pillowcases on here. We've got some gorgeous silk pillowcases from Peony and Mulberry, which I'm really looking forward to sleeping on, because it's supposed to be great for your hair and great for your skincare and your face. So we're going to be sleeping on them very shortly. But yeah, I just wanted to show you the bedroom, how it is typically for this video. The rest of the finishes in the room, we went for a gold light switch and gold plug sockets. We actually have 3 plug points in this room. A friend of ours is an electrician, and he very kindly sorted out our plugs for us. So I will link him down below. His name's Pete. He's an electrician based in Exeter, and he is amazing. He got the job done so quickly, and he replaced our light switch, and he added in a double plug. He took a single plug from a single to a double, which was amazing. So now we both have double plug sockets on either side of the bed, and we also have a plug socket down next to my handbag shelves. I think I've mentioned everything, so if you have any questions, then please don't hesitate to ask. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. We have, I think, a few more room reveals to do. We still have the bathroom that we've not touched, we still have the box room we've not touched, and we have a downstairs toilet as well. So yeah, stay tuned for those videos. But I'm so pleased this is finally finished. I'm so pleased I can finally share it with you. If you've enjoyed it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, because I will be bringing you loads more interiors inspiration throughout December. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.